Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is Thursday morning, actually Thursday evening, like 7 o'clock right now. Came for the daily walks, burned up to 1,300 calories. Targeting for like 1,500, 1,700 calories. Had a midterm this morning. Did well than I thought because there was a girl helped me out with a cheat sheet. I didn't even prepare the cheat sheet. I didn't even study, but I ended up doing well because that's what happened when you give without expectation. I have another channel, Engineer Tiliban Explains. I help out people, engineering materials, and she learned from that, and she got advantage from that, and she's helping me out. She ended up being using that channel really well and helping me out. That's what I'm saying. Like when you give without expectation, you have leverage. People will help you without you even asking for it. Sometime when you need the most, you will get help. That's why they say give, 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 and then ask. So when you ask, when you need, when you ask, people are ready to give anything to you because you give without expectation most of the time. So whenever I have stuff available, I give it away. Whenever I have anything I can do to help people, I help them because that's I have a big legacy target. Legacy comes from how many people I have helped through my life, and I do it micro and macro level. So I always try to help people. And also had a that's what I'm saying, midterm. And this morning I was talking about nobody can make yourself happy. Like your happiness is an inside job. If you want to be happy, you had to make yourself happy first, like hanging out with optimistic people, positive people. You have to make yourself happy first. In that way you will be happy. And yeah and there was there's a big incident happened. Like I was talking to the girl I love the most, and she's being the one who hurting me the most as well. uh, she was like, I fall in love with her like last summer, asked her out, tried to make a relationship with her. I thought she liked me, and she was showing some interest as well. Then I thought I can make a relationship, but she said I have a boyfriend. So I moved away from her because whenever people say, I don't want to change them, I don't want to convince them, because I have a philosophy that don't sell the unsellable. If Rick says no to a cell phone, sell it for Susan. If I'm really looking for a relationship, I would have found another girl, but I didn't go for that because I'm not seriously looking for a relationship. Like if I'm looking for a relationship, I would have gone to another girl. But this girl said no. Okay, I said okay, forget about her, and focus on my studies. But next semester she came back and screwed me up. you know Screwed me up. That's what I'm saying. Like and the reason it's all screwed is lack of communication. Lack of communication, entitlement, and what else. Those are the main key, man. If you want to have a relationship, you have to communicate, and if you have certain expectation, you have to tell. If you expect certain things from certain people, and if you don't tell them what you expect, how do they know? That's a bad thing in relationships. And she expected certain things, and that became really bad because I didn't. Yeah, good. Yeah, people are here. Chidi man. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what happened. I was no communication, expectation, entitlement, and the expectation also saying that I have a boyfriend, and how the fuck I can do something like she has a boyfriend. If somebody has a boyfriend, I will just move away. I don't want to break up with someone and get a girl. I don't have a target like that, and I thought she liked me, and I thought that will work out very well, but end up being she ruining me everything, ruining every way. That's a bad thing. And I thought, man, what the fuck is this? How can I even have a relationship if this is ruining me like this? You know, because relationship is based on happiness. If the relationship is not making you happy, then what's the point of having that relationship? And I was like, man, I couldn't. The attitude she was showing was terrible. And she doesn't communicate. She expects certain things, and she thinks I have to expect certain things. So we have problems. Problems, man. um, End up being a big breakup, horrible incidents, misery and all stuff. She's miserable and I was miserable as well. uh, yeah, like that's what happened if you don't communicate, man. If you don't communicate, the relations will break up. So if you want a relationship, you have to communicate really well, and you have to say what you want. If you expect something and you don't say it, then how you expect that will happen? So that's what happened. Like, entitlement, no communication, lack of communication, negativity, never gonna have a never gonna bring a good relationship. So if you want something, you should have told me. You should have told me. We can communicate and make a deal, and then we can do something about it. But if you just go and break it up and being rude to me, then how we can come together to work something out? If you don't communicate, nothing gonna work. So it's not one people job to keep a relationship. It's two people had to work together to keep a relationship. Not only one person. You just break it up and other one has to fix everything. Is not an easy thing to do. So if when she says no, okay, I didn't expect anything from her, and if she wants something, now when she expects, she lose leverage. When you don't expect anything, you have the leverage. So I didn't have any expectation, but she came to me, and it's all bad things happened, and that what still it was going on. And today I was being very clear. I told her this was my expectation. I wanted to have a long-term relationship, and I made it myself clear. And I thought, you have serious relation with this guy, and if you don't show some signs in the middle, what can I predict? Like, what can I think about it? If you don't say, and if you do something, what can I predict about it? So you have to communicate. If you don't communicate, and if you wonder why it's breaking up, why he's not doing anything, because you are not telling what you want. If you tell what you want and we communicate, we can make something out of it. But if you don't communicate and you expect something, I don't know, and it's there's nothing surprise about that breakup. And you shouldn't be worrying if you are doing those things. Like, you are in control. Like, let's say you worrying that you are not working in America, you can go and work in America. You have the control. If you are worrying you don't like this job, you can quit this job and find another job. You are in control. You are in control. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't like this food, you can throw it in the garbage and find another one you like. You are in control. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you had to talk it out, or you shouldn't be worried. Like, go for it or shut the fuck up. That's what I say. Like, if you want to live in USA, go live in USA, or don't complain. If you're complaining, don't you have the control. You can do anything about it, or don't complain. Don't create problems around it. That's what I was saying. Like, that's how I broke up with a girl. Like, still going on. I don't know what's gonna happen, but entitlement, lack of communication, and negativity, and expecting something from me without saying, like, how it's all lead to terrible incidents. So I end up being so negative, and she pissed off if I'm positive. I like so many crazy things. That's how I broke up with that girl. And I don't know whether it will work out. Like, if it's that crazy. Like, I even consider having a relationship with negative people is a bad thing, but if it's that crazy, and yeah, it's if we want something, I thought she's self-aware and I am self-aware as well. Like I know what I want. I have a big target. Like I have a big time legacy, so I'm selfless. I'm selfless for being selfish. Like I have a big legacy, so I have to be selfless. I have to help as much as people as possible. I even care about legacy more than myself, so I don't care about short-term pleasures. I don't care about having somebody. I don't care about that. So when I get a girl, I'll make sure she will be okay. I'm working like 7 days per day. I'm not gonna have a work-life balance. That's all of self-awareness. Some people like to have work-life balance. Some people like to play all the time. Some people like to work all the time. So I'm aware of what do I want, and I thought she go to parties, she do so many things, so she knows what she wants. So I thought she chose the one what somebody wants, and yeah, like so now if you chose something, you shouldn't be crying about I'm not changing, because if you want me to change, you have to communicate and say, and we can make a deal. But if you don't communicate and want me to change without you saying, how can we do that? you know that's craziness. So that's how it ended up being broke up. I don't know still broke up or not, but yeah, this relationship communication is the key. We have to communicate, we have to make a deal, and if you don't want it, just leave it away. If you want it, try to make something, try to communicate and make it work. That's what I'm saying. See you guys later.